What's good, guys? It's Nathan Ross here, and in this video I'm going to be going over the 80-20 principle and how it can totally change your life and your business. You might have noticed I'm not in my normal spot right now. That's because I've been running a ton of errands today, a lot of meetings and stuff like that, so that's why I'm making the video right now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be jumping right in my computer, showing you exactly what the 80-20 principle is and how you can apply it to your business to see way better results. This one principle has allowed me to 10x my business, and it's what 10x my business when I was first running my e-commerce business, doing a few thousand a month, to doing $8,000 my first month with affiliate marketing. Without further ado, let's hop in my computer so I can break this down. All right, guys, here we are on my computer going over the 80-20 principle. So for those of you that don't know what it is, it's basically 20% of the actions you take produce 80% of the results. On the flip side, 80% of the actions you take produce 20% of the results. So basically what this principle is all about is being highly effective within your business and within your life. Because if you look at the things that you're doing on a daily basis and they're not directly productive to your goal, they're most likely wasting a lot of your time. So this is super crucial because if you're spending all your time doing things that aren't attributing to your end goal, then you could be spending that time a lot more wisely on the things that would be. Now, this is something that's really helped me out because when I was first getting started with my business and I was doing a lot of e-commerce stuff, I'd be spending hours and hours a day doing tons of meticulous work like inventory management, customer service, listing products, taking old products down, when I realized that the only action that was really producing me more sales was listing more products. Same thing when I moved over to affiliate marketing. I was spending tons of time doing accounting, posting content in different places, and I realized that the only action that I was taking that was producing a lot more sales for me was getting in touch with more people that wanted to buy the products and services that I was promoting. That was really important for me because I was spending hours and hours a day when I could have only spent like an hour or two, or spent 3 or 4 hours getting in touch with more people, posting a lot more content and things like that. A lot of people overlook the time they have and don't really prioritize it, but the thing you have to realize is that everyone in this world has the same amount of time in a day, 24 hours, whether you're a billionaire or you're super poor. Now, the difference between those two people is what they do within their 24 hours. And the things that successful people do is all income producing activities that lead to results. So what I did was I laid out a few examples for business and for life. So the first one for business is going to be 20% of the content you produce produces 80% of the sales. So if you create a YouTube channel producing content in a certain niche, and at the end of your videos you advertise a certain product, you put a link to a product in the description or something like that, 20% of the videos are going to get all the views you need to produce all the sales you're generating. And then 80% of the videos that you're putting out there aren't producing any sales at all or very little. Now when you realize this, you could spend all your time producing more of that 20% type of content instead of that 80%. So you'll realize a certain type of content is doing very, very well. You could produce a lot more of that content, get a lot more views and a lot more sales. Same thing goes if you run a blog or a social media page that produces a lot of content within a certain niche. 20% of the pictures you post or 20% of the blog posts you put out there is going to get 80% of the viewers into your blog or your social media page. That will allow you to really hone in on the content that's really generating results and cutting out all the other stuff. The next example is going to be 20% of your ads produce 80% of your sales. So if you're running paid marketing or you're doing some sort of influencer marketing or rev share or something like that, 20% of the ads you're going to be putting out there is going to be 80% of the results. This is super important because you'll want to cut a lot of the losers if they're not producing results. If you're spending money on Facebook and Instagram for advertising, you realize that 80% of your ads aren't bringing in a lot of sales, they're only bringing in 20% of your sales, then you'll really want to be on your ads and look at your metrics to make sure that the ones you're spending a lot of money on are the ones that are generating 80% of the results. This will allow you to be most effective with your time and your money. Now here I have some life examples. The first one's going to be 20% of the workouts you do in the gym result in 80% of your strength and your weight loss. So if you're doing cardio, back workouts, biceps, triceps, all these different muscle groups, only 80% of those workouts are actually attributing to your weight loss or to more strength. Now when you focus on your goal, whether it's to lose 50 pounds or it's to gain 10 more pounds of muscle, then you can start to line up and structure your different workouts to get the best results. So this really comes down to testing, because if you've always done the exact same workouts and you've seen a little bit of results, it's going to be hard to differentiate which workouts are actually generating those results. But if you start to do some workouts one day and the other workouts the other day, then you can kind of figure out which one you feel a little bit more stronger or feel like you're losing a little bit more weight. The second life example is going to be 20% of the things you do result in 80% of your happiness. So you do tons of things in your life. You might spend time with friends, with family, do arts and crafts, go out and do sports, join a club, something like that. And only 20% of those things actually make you truly happy. Now this is really important because if you're spending all your time doing all these different things and you feel like you don't really have a lot of time for yourself or whatever, you're doing a lot of different things that aren't truly making you happy. This is a huge breakthrough because then you can be a lot more efficient with your time. That way you can discover that you really enjoy reading books. So instead of splitting your time super thin and doing all these different things, you can spend way more time reading books than going out and doing arts and crafts or whatever it is. That's the breakdown of what the 80-20 principle is and the business and life examples. Let's take it back to the video. Now that you guys know exactly what the 80-20 principle is, start applying it to your life and to your business. This one principle could do absolute wonders for you if you actually put it into action. And if you really get down to the core of it, it's about being more productive than it is about being busy. If you're spending all of your time doing doing income producing activities, or you're in the gym and you're only focusing on core muscle workouts and things like that, you're gonna see way better results than if you focus on all the stuff that doesn't produce you results. Yeah, it feels good working as an entrepreneur for 8 hours or being in the gym for 3 hours, but if you're not really getting a lot of results for the time you're putting in, it's not really worth all that time. If you could do all the income producing activities or all the core muscle workouts in an hour a day, then that's gonna be a lot more worth your time, and you're gonna be a lot more productive for the time you're putting in. So if you guys are already running a business, I highly recommend that you take a step back and look at all the actions that you do on a daily basis and see which ones actually produce the results that you're generating. If you find that it's only finding more people and making sales calls, or posting content on your blog, your YouTube channel, your social media page, or by running paid ads to your different offers, whatever it might be, focus on that so you can generate more results. Because if you only focus on those things consistently for 3 months, 6 months, a year, then you're gonna be in a way better position than you are now. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of it. If you did, make sure to drop a like. And if you guys are new to the channel, check out my last video right here where I go over direct selling in your online business, and subscribe right here. If you guys have any questions about the 80-20 principle, drop a comment below so I respond to all comments. And if you want more one-on-one help, feel free to DM or email me. Those will be in the description below. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.